Christine Gard, and I am the co-founder and executive director of a nonprofit called CouldYou. I have a deep passion to see people live the life that they were intended to live. So here's the challenge. I'm taking a handful of New Yorkers to Mozambique to see if in 8 days they can have an experience that will change their lives, and one that will create a noble exchange between them and Africa.
I'm looking to kind of add a little more depth to my life in kind of the giving and kind of contribution arena.
I wonder a little bit, could I have done this sooner, or was I just, so wrapped up in career that I thought I was too indispensable to go away and do something more meaningful.
We're making our way out of Maputo, and we'll be arriving around dusk. To get to the village, we'll have to travel on dirt roads and make our way through the bush. Once we arrive there, there'll be no electricity, no running water, not even the trains. In Africa, life is so much about relationships. There's no way we could just show up at a village like this. But I met a woman named Mama, and she's insisted on hosting us. Today we're heading out to the Maputo city dump, and it's going to be a difficult day. We're going to see a community of 20,000 people can live in the midst of a trash heap. I want Jan and Ken and the others to see the reality of this.
I haven't been within 2 miles of the garbage dump before. These people live on it.
This is the most profound experience of my life.
Since our day in the city dump, Ken and Jan have gotten to see so much more of Mozambique. We've gone to an orphanage and to a recycling center. We've met with former drug addicts and national leaders.
What I got out of this trip was an understanding that not only of what you can incorporate, but that you can incorporate and that you have to incorporate social change into your daily life, because we're all one as human beings, and you're not living a full life if you're not helping people.
What I realized from the trip, for me, for my job, is that I've always wanted to be a writer. And even after I started writing professionally, I still didn't feel like I was a writer. And what I have learned is that I didn't feel like a writer because I wasn't writing about anything that mattered. One is obligated to be the most oneself one can be, right? We've talked a lot about that on the trip, and it couldn't be more true. I know that I'm called to do something. I know that I feel carried forward by some kind of power that's not my own.
I thought going to Africa, I was going to have to make a choice between being an entrepreneur and a business person or putting on some sandals and doing good for the world. And I recognized that that's not a choice. It's actually that business and volunteerism and contribution to humanity not only aren't separate, but that they are stronger together.
For me, it's a beautiful moment. That dream of going to Africa and finding a way to create change seemed impossible. And out of this experience, it's possible in so many different ways.
Not everyone gets the privilege, the gift to spend 8 days in Africa. But every one of us can do something unique to who we are by just investing a little bit of time to figure out who are we? What do we care deeply about? What brokenness in the world bothers you enough that you want to do something? We all can't do everything. But what if we all did one thing? And I continue to think about the people I met in Mozambique. These men and women are doing their one thing, and they're making the world a better place. And so no matter where we are, if we're in a bush community in Mozambique, or if we're in Middle America, if we're in Manhattan, it doesn't matter. Each one of us is designed for greatness. And so I was inspired to just want to encourage each of us, myself included, remind myself that it's possible if we just take the time to think about it and then make the sacrifices to add one or two things into our daily lives towards making that a reality.